All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Tradition Meets Innovation call. If you are new here, my name is Angie. I am the Product Training and Development Manager for Remon North America, and I have the pleasure of taking you all through deeper dives in our products, in our ingredient selections, and beyond. And so typically, we'll do Tradition Meets Innovation calls on the third Wednesday of a month on the off seasons of Product University. So if you're also familiar with Product University, that's when we go really in with all of our different brands, all of our different products for 8 weeks in Wednesday sessions. But we'll announce later on when Product University is coming back. But for now, we have our Tradition Meets Innovation. And today, I think, is a really important call because we're going back to the basics. And before we get into that, before we really analyze the routines that we recommend here at Remon, I wanted to point out that we have a fantastic opportunity to employ these routines, so to speak. So to talk a little bit more about what I'm talking about, I want to invite to the call our Director of Marketing, Miss Katie Jones.
Hi, Angie. Thank you
Hi,
so much.
Katie.
How you
Of
doing?
course. I'm doing just fine.
Good, good. Well, thanks for coming to the call, you guys. I'm happy to be here. We have some exciting announcements to make, and just like Miss Angie talked about going back to the basics, right? Back to the basics of what is just ABC of the Riemann product philosophy, Riemann product ritual. We thought it is the season of going back to school. So you're coming here, you're coming to learn. We know, millions of people around the world are going back to school at all ages in this season. And so we thought, why not celebrate the season of going back to school with a little bit of a promo because it's a fresh year, fresh start for everyone. And you know what? Even if don't have anyone going back to school and you're not going back to school yourself, you can still benefit from the season. So I'm excited to share with you guys a promotion that we have put together. I'm going to share three fabulous bundles with you, but let me share with you the time frames first. So it is our back to school with Riemann specials. Now, I want to say this before we show these bundles. We typically have some of our best savings of the year around holidays, right? Like Black Friday, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Those are really like usually our top savings bundles. Monthly promotions we still do, but those are usually like the all-star bundles of the year, right? Well, we know August, everyone's distracted. There's a lot going on with school. There's a lot going on with planning for the convention next month. So we thought, let's give you one of those superstar saving specials in the month of August just to help everyone start their new school years off fresh. So the time frame is the 21st tomorrow from 12 p.m. Pacific through the 24th Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. So we wanted to tell you tonight so you can not have to panic promote. You can give yourself the evening to think about how you want to release this, tell your teams, and really kind of come out strong when these packages launch tomorrow. So let's start with our Skincare 101 bundle. So guys, this is a great bundle. You buy three products, three of just our basic, you need these, again, back to basics products, your Snow Enzyme, your first pack, and your Dermatology Cream, and you get not one, but two free products. It is a great savings value. You get the very popular Calming Balance Gel and the, I would say, coveted Multi-Stick Balm. We know this is a really popular product, always in demand. So it's 175 USD, 243 CAD, 158 SP, and 122 BP. That is our skincare bundle. Our next bundle is our Beauty 101 bundle. So obviously, this is going to be all your basics for beauty. So you're going to get your cushion shade of your choice, your semi-matte shade of your choice, your velvet matte shade of your choice, and your setting spray. Before I get into the free items, I want to point something out. Those of you might have not noticed, check out those velvet matte shades. Yes, the shades of summer are coming back tomorrow. We got so many positive reviews in our ritual inbox about these shades. We were honestly like, we knew they were going to do well, but like specifically the blushing apricot, having that additional nude, like people just told us, hey, we love these shades. So we were able to get our hands on more. And I am excited to say that not only will they be available for a shade of your choice in these bundles at noon tomorrow, but they will also just be returning as a permanent website item while supplies last. I say that meaning it is a seasonal shade offering. So we do have a decent amount to keep selling for a while. So while we have stock, these are not going to go away off our website. They are going to return here to stay. And who knows, perhaps if the demand and you guys keep telling us, hey, these are awesome shades, we can always look at adding them as a permanent piece to our portfolio. But you can get your hands on them a la carte starting tomorrow at 12 for the foreseeable future until supplies are depleted. So the free items, you get a multi-stick balm and bringing back that mirror compact, the ICD makeup mirror compact. I know some of you guys got your hands on it, I believe in May, but we had a call for it again, so we're bringing it back. And I want to point out the significance of us putting the multi-stick balm in this pack. We could have done a free lip oil, we could have done a free tint, but I really think this is a good opportunity to focus on with your customers why it's truly called the multi-stick balm. It has multiple uses, it's multifaceted. So while of course I wear it every single day on my lips for the moisturization purpose, but people find great success, and I myself use it under my eyes as a primer for my eye concealer to kind of smooth that on. You can also use it on your high points as a highlighter if you want kind of that more natural light reflectant look versus a powder or cream highlighter. So it truly is an extra accessory to your makeup routine. I just wanted to point that out, that this is a really good time to do some education around that product and how it can be the finishing touch to your Rimmon makeup routine. All right, this is 138 USD, 193 CAD, 124 SP, and 94 BP. Finally, we've got our hair care bundle. This one is such a great price point for customers. It's under $100. You don't think about that, right? It's our shampoo, our conditioner, and our hair oil serum with a free conditioner. And that again is very intentional. We've actually been hearing that people are that's the household favorite. It's running out quickly in people's households. They typically need to buy 2 conditioners for every one shampoo. So giving you an opportunity to get your hands on a free one. 95 USD, 133 CAD, 82 SP, and 63 BP. And I also wanted to point out that we were very intentional about these price points, specifically the skincare too. 175, well, if they're cool with that, that's great. But if they want to get free shipping, they're just $25 away. It's an easy thing to think about to just get you over that $200 shipping threshold. So designed to definitely be customer-friendly bundles. Hoping that this helps you guys make your back to school season a smashing success. And yeah, getting back to the basics. So Angie, with that, I know you're going to have a fabulous presentation for the team, and hopefully you can use what you learn here and pair it with these bundles and have a great start to your year. Thank you
Thanks
guys.
so much, Katie. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
And y'all, I have to say before we begin, Katie is such a fantastic individual to have on the team because, she plays a direct hand in the design of these promotions, but in doing so, she also always takes into consideration the feedback she's received from the field. So a lot of what we promote in the marketing department is based on the desires that you have shown us. And I think this bundle specifically is a great example of that. So I hope you're excited for 12 p.m. tomorrow. But without further ado, let's get started with our Tradition Meets Innovation content for today. And so I will share my screen. All right, so as Katie had mentioned, or as I might have mentioned, today's topic is back to the basics. So we're going to be looking at the individual products within the ICD skincare rituals, our advanced, our essential, our expert, or signature rituals, to understand the products, their key ingredients, how to use them, and how they fit within the rituals. I often get asked, what ritual is right for me? And that is a question I will never get tired of because realistically, skincare is a platform for personalization. And I enjoy when someone wants to understand their products instead of just picking products that were decided for them or, really not putting much thought behind their products because ultimately that means they may not connect with the products. So In our understanding of the Remon products in total, we always have to appreciate that we are rooted in tradition as a K-beauty brand. And this designs our specific products and how they're not only going to perform, but what ingredients they include. So in being rooted in tradition, we focus on proactive protection and prevention of the skin rather than problem solving. We're hoping to work with the health of it instead of against presenting issues such that those issues don't occur to begin with. Now, that doesn't mean if you already have those issues, then these products aren't for you. No, we're just looking at that core fundamental health of your skin such that these issues can later not occur, so to speak. And so to do this and to perform in this way for these products, we're focusing on gentler ingredients and keeping any harsher actives that do work or are well known just to a lower concentration to maintain your skin's integrity. Oftentimes in society, we are looking for that instant gratification and those quick fixes. And there are certainly products on the market that offer that, but many times they come with caveats. Either they are, medically prescribed by a dermatologist, they have high price points, they create huge irritations, such as with retinol burn. And so we want to make sure that we create products that are applicable to the majority, and that comes with being rooted in K-beauty practices. All of this then comes together into that huge concept of K-beauty, which is the multi-step routine. Because of the gentle nature of these ingredients and of these products, you may stay consistent with layering and with utilizing multiple products to really see the results come about that last long term. And with Remon's approach to formulating as a K-beauty brand, we like to focus on basic tenets of K-beauty. While K-beauty is fundamental in its approach to self-care, we want to make sure it's not complex. We understand that it can be daunting to go from 2 products to 7 products in your routine. And so we basically say that as long as you are cleansing, hydrating, and protecting your skin, that's a good skincare routine. And with these K-beauty tenets, we also encourage individuals to mix and match and to otherwise modulate to find the Remon ritual that's right for them. As I mentioned, skincare is quite personal, and it's going to have different mixes for every individual. Their skin type, perhaps any ingredient aversions, or what their skin enjoys. And so be open to experimenting, to trying out different products, and to creating that routine that is unique for you. And with utilization of cleansing, of hydrating, and protecting, we categorize our Remon product offerings into these 3 basic tenets. And so that allows you to easily select and find the different products you desire. Now, in establishing cleansing as a major step for your skin, this of course is going to remove any surface impurities, dead skin cells, SPF, makeup, etc. But it also helps your skin absorb the topical products you apply afterwards. And so this is really a prep step for your skin. Hydrate is crucial. Now, in hydration, we also kind of lump in moisturization. With hydration, you're focusing on the water content of your skin, moisturization, the lipid or oil content of your skin. And oftentimes they're thought to be synonymous. And if you really get down into the nitty-gritty, they're different because of those different polarities and solubilities, which if you're more curious, that always is something we discuss in Product University. But long story short, we are focusing on reinforcing your skin's health and general cellular function by ensuring that you have proper lipid or oil and water balance to your skin. And hydration is such a basic but fundamental performance your skincare products can have to have a variety of aesthetic benefits, not only to improve the radiance of your skin, but to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and even, of course, to improve the clarity of your skin. Now, to seal in all of these efforts, protection is crucial. And more often than not, protection refers to UV protection, ensuring that you are inhibiting UV overexposure, which can be detrimental to your skin. But we also look at protect a little differently here at Remon, in that we also look at enforcing your skin's innate protection, which is, of course, your skin barrier. So ensuring that you have the proper oils in your skin barrier to ensure it's intact, and it's ensuring that I haven't said ensure like 80 times, but ensuring that your water is maintained at its proper levels in your skin, that there's no evaporation from lower levels, and that you're also not having irritants penetrate from your external environment. All of that is crucial in protecting the hard work you've put forth with your previous steps. So In the design of cleansing, hydrating, and protecting with Remon, that is how we put forth our three main rituals. And we start, of course, with the signature Remon ritual. Now, this is our more step heavy ritual. It has the most products and the most steps, but each of them have purpose. And we'll go more in depth on these products and their key ingredients and how to use them in the next slides. But when we look at the ritual itself, it focuses on that cleansing, the hydrating, and the protection of your skin. Now, with cleansing specifically, we do ascribe to the K-beauty process of double cleansing, in which you use the science of solubility, so to speak, to completely cleanse the skin. You go in first with your oil-based cleanser to dissolve oil-based impurities, and next you go in with your water-based cleanser to get any residual oils or further lodged impurities. And then you reinforce the hydration and the oil balance of your skin after cleansing. And with that, you finish with your protection with that sunscreen, which now more recently is our Moisture Layer sunscreen. On the alternate, we of course have that advanced Remon ritual, and this focuses on our advanced line, the Radiant Sun 100 line. This line is much more oil rich. It's going to be more slowly absorbing and luxurious in its sensorial experience. This is recommended for not only mature skin types, but simply those with drier skin, even combo or normal skin, but it is of course less recommended for sensitive skin types. But it still follows the same prospects of cleansing the skin, and then both hydrating and protecting with reinforcing your skin barrier. And of course, with this routine as well, it is recommended to follow with a protection of UV protection following the cream if you are applying this in the morning. And for those that don't have the time or are new to having multiple steps in the routine, we also created that essential Remon ritual. And this is what I would say really whittles down the most important products for each step. You have one cleanser, a couple of hydrators, and that protection with your UV product. And so, excuse me, your UV, anti-UV products. But with this, I also recommend the Essential Remon ritual for those that are new to skincare in general. Perhaps it is someone that is starting to get excited about buying different products, but they don't know where to begin. This is the perfect example of cleanse, hydrate, protect in product form. Now, let's go more in depth on these products because, of course, they're interspersed throughout these rituals. You know, almost always we're going to have at least a cleanser in all three rituals, but then we have different hydrators and we almost always have the same protector. But let's first look at the cleansing step in more in depth. And so, as I had mentioned, we believe in double cleansing. And so our double cleansing superhero begins with our moisture cleansing oil. This is our oil-based cleanser. This cleanser is 76% just natural oils. And so these natural oils and some more gentle surfactants are what's essentially breaking down those impurities, your SPF, sebum, or oil that has built up throughout the day, and even makeup, even waterproof makeup. I wear waterproof eyeliner and mascara every single day, and as long as you are gentle in rubbing in the eye area so as not to tug and potentially cause fine lines, you can dissolve that waterproof makeup. Now, with this product, the key ingredients include black cumin seed oil, berry flux vita, and jojoba seed oil. This black cumin seed oil is thought to be Cleopatra's secret in that essentially many historical texts actually suggested that she would apply this oil directly to her face daily. But in general, it is a beautiful moisturizing oil while also having some antibacterial properties. The next ingredient, that berry flux vita, actually has active ingredients derived from raspberry stem cells. And these have benefits in not only supporting skin's moisturization, but elasticity. And last but not least, jojoba seed oil is an industry standard. You'll see it in many body oils, cleansing oils, even hair products. And it's just going to reinforce your skin's texture and the maintenance of your sebum balance on your skin. Now, with using the moisture cleansing oil, what's important is that you have both dry hands and a dry face. You'll take 2 to 3 pumps into the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, and massage that into your skin. Now, what's key about this is as you are massaging it, you are working away all of those different impurities, but to really get a good cleanse with this product, you'll want to incorporate just a little bit of water. I just get my fingertips wet and then I continue to massage. And what you're doing is emulsifying solidifying that oil directly on your face. And it's going to help pick up some of those impurities existing on the surface of your skin so that when you eventually rinse this product off with lukewarm water, they are easily removed and washed away. What's also important to note is this product, as it is 76% just natural oils, we typically don't recommend using this as your only cleanser. I know some people who do, and they do successfully, but there's often going to be residual oils left on the face, and this can be irritating for certain individuals. So if you are using the moisture cleansing oil, we always recommend following it with a water-based cleanser. Now, if you're following the advanced or the signature remodel ritual, the other consideration is, are you double cleansing twice daily or just once daily? I know many individuals who perform the full rituals both morning and night, and that includes double cleansing. But if you find that that kind of strips your skin, or that your skin doesn't feel as healthy as it could, try removing one double cleansing routine. Of course, typically in the morning, or even just do one cleanser in the morning and then a full double cleanse at night. And that's what I'm suggesting in terms of modulation and experimentation with your unique routine. But all of that said, we follow the moisture cleansing oil with a water-based cleanser. And more often than not, that's our snow enzyme cleanser. This is our more hydrating cleanser, and it really focuses on removing any of those residual oils and impurities that are lodged deep within the pores. It focuses on papain and bromelain, which are natural fruit enzymes, and these are going to gently exfoliate the skin, but in a way that is applicable for daily use. Not only is it going to break down the keratin bonds that adhere dead skin cells to the surface, but it's also going to get at some of the impurities that are deeper within the pores. The propolis biosome is a second ingredient derived from honey. And again, this is going to reinforce your skin's moisturization so that you can ensure, while effective, your cleansing experience is non-stripping. And last but not least, the next ingredient that also helps with this is our camellia flower extract. This camellia flower is a raw material we source ourselves on Jeju Island. It's in many of our products, but it is again beautiful for moisturizing the skin. Now, to utilize this product, your hands can be wet or dry, your face can be wet or dry. And I know there are certain outlets that will say different things, but either way, it'll work if you have either water or a dry face. And so I find that if you also already went in with the moisture cleansing oil, you're typically already going to have wet hands or a wet face, and it's easy just to pick up this product and go. And so just simply work this either in your hands or massage it directly onto your face, and give it about 30 seconds of just kind of moving it around the face until a nice thick foam forms. And once it forms, you can simply rinse off with lukewarm water. And that is an effective double cleanse. Now, of course, we also have the cleansing powder wash. And what I want to also clarify here is that I know certain individuals who are a bit confused in all the different steps will do all three cleansers. I also don't recommend that, because that can be, again, overstripping to the skin. You can compromise your skin barrier. So when you use a cleansing powder wash, it'll be in place of the snow enzyme cleanser. And so our cleansing powder wash is our more exfoliating cleanser. Currently, it is the only cleanser offered in our Mexico market, for example. It's in our experience in our travel kits, but it has a more robust cleansing activity due to its subacidic nature. It is slightly below skin's pH, and it has a higher concentration of that papain enzyme specifically. So that papain is still going to go in to exfoliate enzymatically, while also having asparagus stem extract and oat flower extract to nourish the skin after cleansing. Now, with the utilization of this product, you'll get, I would say, about a nickel amount into the palm of your hand, and drop in a couple drops of water with just your fingertips. Begin to work that into a lather between your palms, and then massage that lather onto the skin, rinsing with lukewarm water. Now, with the cleansing powder wash, if you have oily skin, you can use this daily, and I know many individuals who do, but typically we recommend swapping the snow enzyme cleanser for the cleansing powder wash 2 to 3 times a week. If you have sensitive skin, or if you're getting adjusted to having such a routine, I would say start with 1 to 2 times a week with this exfoliating cleanser. And so we've cleansed successfully. We've removed those impurities. We're next going to go in with our hydration steps. And there are many hydration products within Remon. Even the things categorized as protection products have hydration properties because Chairman On focused so greatly on the importance of skin hydration in his design of ICD or of Insol Derm. And so when we focus on hydration, I think one of the keystone products that performs in such a way is our Calming Balance Gel. This is a water-based gel that focuses on hyaluronic acid and soothing vitamins and minerals from plant extracts to balance the skin and to really ensure that that hydration and the water content of your skin is restored post-cleansing. And so with our Calming Balance Gel, the main ingredient begins with that damask rose water. And so that's why it does smell like roses when you utilize it. The damask rose not only is fantastic for balancing the skin, but nourishing it with various vitamins and minerals from the damask rose. Next, we have our 8-layer hyaluronic acid. And so the 8-layer hyaluronic acid has low to high molecular weights of hyaluronic acid. And this allows for multiple different influences with how this hyaluronic acid, absorbs into the skin. So higher molecular weight, they're going to be heavier, larger molecules. They're going to be more surface active. Smaller molecular weights, they're going to be smaller molecules, a little bit deeper into the skin for hydration. And last but not least, we have that gold. While seemingly superfluous or for aesthetics, it does have potential benefits in enhancing the absorption of other ingredients in the product, while also having some potential benefits as an antioxidant itself. And so this product can be massaged into the skin post-cleansing, or it can also be utilized on the body if there are any areas in which you need a bit more water content. And I even know individuals who put it in the fridge and use it after it is rather cooling on sunburnt skin, for example. So a couple different ways in which you can use the Calming Balance Gel. Now, with anything, the next step would be the two-phase oil mist in the signature routine, but we are going just simply within the hydration products. So the next hydration core products are, of course, the Dermatology Package, Booster, and Serum. Now, these are really what the core hydration concept means for Remon. This is our first introduction to Remon, not only in our patented ingredient, but in that belief behind skin health in hydration. And so these products have the highest concentration of our giant Byungpul leaf extract. Our booster has 89% just giant Byungpul leaf, and the serum is 73% on its own. And so these products with that giant Byungpul leaf, which itself is a fantastic ingredient, we could have a whole other call on that, but it's going to have a lot of properties such as antioxidant care, anti-inflammatory care, as well as hydration of the skin. We next have NMN in both products, and this NMN is going to be powerful for a variety of reasons. And NMN is a rather new ingredient, and typically, it is the precursor to NAD+, which is an energy molecule within the body, but NMN specifically stands for nicotinamide mononucleotide, and it's a derivative of niacinamide. Now, it is a very hot topic in regards to oral supplements in using NMN and NAD+, and it is thought that if you supplement NMN, you may give your bodies more of the precursor to build NAD+. And this in and of itself, again, is a very deep conversation, but I want to focus specifically on NMN in that both Procter & Gamble and the American Academy of Dermatology have found that topical application of NMN not only increases skin clarity, but increases hydration, reduces the appearance of hyperpigmentation, and reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Now, with the products themselves, I don't know, for anyone that has already been here, you may remember the original booster and serum. They both shared the exact same ingredients with just a couple of different formulation builders. So that one was a bit more viscous and one was much more water thin. But with the reformulation we launched in March, now the booster and serum have their own key third ingredient, and that allows them to both act synergistically as a set, but to also stand apart in their stories. And with the booster, we have what's called Rejuviome R. And this is an ingredient extracted from what's known as an extremophile. And extremophiles are enzymes that live in extremely harsh conditions. So, excuse me, they are microscopic organisms that live in extremely harsh conditions, and they have these enzymes that help them to survive despite these conditions. And so we've taken this enzyme from these extremophiles and applied it for topical application. And in product, it is able to support the skin with daily repair of UV overexposure, of pollution exposure, etc. And now the serum itself has filerstin, and filerstin is mainly focused on the skin's microbiome, which I like to think of as the fourth layer of skin. Your microbiome is crucial not only in the barrier that allows you to withstand a variety of onslaughts in your day-to-day external environments, but it also helps you maintain balance in a variety of different categories, such as hydration. And so with the support from filerstin, we're able to maintain a balanced microbiome for balanced skin health as well. Now, as many of you know, we ascribe to the utilization of the booster in the serum with Boo, in which you spray the booster, you do a couple of drops of serum, and the booster again. The reason we recommend this is because both the booster and the serum are high in that giant Byungpul water content, and water's natural behavior is to evaporate from the skin. We allow for that natural evaporation while still saturating your skin with all of these other beneficial ingredients. And so that is why we not only suggest Boo, but that you allow time for absorption between each of these steps. Now, many of us do not have the time. We got to get ready and go. So I always fan my face personally, but you can easily manipulate how the product absorbs so that you can move on to the next step. And there are also many individuals who keep going with Boo, and they'll do it 3 or 4 times over. So whatever is right for you, but we found that at least one time through with Boo is perfect for skin health and for performance benefit as well. And to lock in all of those benefits within the signature and essential rituals, it'll be our dermatology cream. This cream also focuses on that giant Byungpul. In this instance, it has 67% giant Byungpul leaf extract. We still also have that NMN, but its third key ingredient is actually 2 ingredients, and that's ergothioneine and carnosine. Now, ergothioneine is thought to be a more potent antioxidant than CoQ10. Not only does it protect your skin's endogenous antioxidants, or the antioxidants your skin already produces, but it itself performs as an antioxidant. And that carnosine is a naturally occurring dipeptide with similar antioxidant activity. And antioxidant protection is crucial. It is, I would say, in category of both the hydrate tenet and the protection tenet in this product, because UV and antioxidant protection ensures that you do not have a variety of different aesthetic concerns, such as hyperpigmentation, permanent inflammation or redness, and the destruction of collagen or elastin, leading to fine lines and wrinkles. So you can never have too much antioxidant care. But with the utilization of this product, simply using the included spatula or even just the back of your fingers to apply to the skin, I would say about a nickel amount. But again, I know some individuals who use more, and that is absolutely okay. Now, what's not included in our routines traditionally is the Collagen 100 melting mask, but I wanted to include it here because we are going back to the basics in regards to these product profiles. Our Collagen 100 melting mask is a specialized form of hydration. It can be utilized daily before a big event or otherwise just once or twice a week. And typically I do recommend at night to utilize this product just to ensure it properly absorbs. But what's key about this product and why it is in the hydrate category is that it is 100% collagen. And collagen is beautiful in its ability to bind and attract water within the skin. Now, this mask specifically uses 2 different types of collagen. There's collagen peptides and collagen nanofibers. The collagen peptides are really going to be performing on the surface level for that moisturization and hydration, versus the nanofibers are 1/350th the diameter of a human pore. So they're going to be a bit more absorbed, and they're they're maintained in the chain shape of collagen. So they're kind of different in their molecular makeup in comparison to peptides. All of this together is really going to support the skin not only in hydration, but in health and elasticity as well. And this product, in its specialization, is also special in how you apply it, and we recognize that. So we always recommend that the skin is just slightly tacky before application. Typically, we recommend spritzing a two-phase oil mist just to get it slightly damp. But if you're someone who is okay not seeing that disappearing activity with the mask, you can always apply either the Radiance Sun 100 toner if you're an advanced routine individual, or even the calming balance gel, and just apply the mask directly. It will immediately dissolve and you can just remove those beige application sheets, but the collagen is still infused within the skin. If you are wanting that dissolution, that visible disappearing of the mask, once you have lightly sprayed the two-phase oil mist and allowed it to dry down for a few seconds, you'll then apply the mask right side down onto each part of your face. So your cheeks, your neck, and your forehead, and then remove that beige application sheet. Once you have done so, you will thoroughly spritz the booster over the entirety of your face and neck to dissolve the mask. And you'll follow with your serum, another booster spray, and finish with the dermatology cream. And now, with the utilization of this mask, as some individuals do not follow the signature routine, as I had mentioned, you can do it with the Radiance Sun routine. You just typically don't get that disappearing effect, but you still get the absorption of the collagen. And on the note of the Radiance Sun routine, let's talk about those products next, because this still fits into our hydrate and our moisturize category, and our advanced routine is focused on these three products. Now, the 100 in this routine stands for 100% nanoliposomal. Every single ingredient in these products are liposomally encapsulated, and that not only ensures an enhanced absorption, but targeted efficacy of these chosen ingredients. We're going to reach the areas where we are meaning to have performance. For example, if you're trying to reduce hyperpigmentation, then the liposomes can bring an ingredient to the area of melanin deposit to have a genuine benefit for the skin. Now, in the design of this routine, you may notice throughout these different slides, which I may mention are all from our flip chart, so you can access these on the drive, but all three of these products boast the same key ingredients, and there is purpose behind that. These products comply very nicely with that K-beauty technique of layering. We are ensuring that with these different viscosities of the products with the same key ingredients, that you are saturating your skin with these key ingredients. And so you begin with that thinnest product being the toner. And our microfluidizer essential toner is essentially the preparation step for the other products in the Radiance Sun routine. The key ingredients include our RK Snowflake and our Vita Complex alongside Collagenere. Both RK Snowflake, Collagenere, and the other two ingredients, the Pancratimum maritimum extract and the sunflower extract, are all natural plant extracts, and many of them have overlapping benefits in antioxidant activity. But with the Vita Complex as well, this is actually a 5-vitamin complex comprised of vitamin B3, B5, vitamin C, vitamin P, and vitamin E, or tocopherol. And I always like to list this out because there are many individuals in coming to Remon that are wondering where the vitamin C is. And so it's in there, it's in our products, but it's not at that high concentration that can potentially create photosensitivity for your skin, as with many vitamin C serums. So with the products themselves, we also have Collagenere, which specifically focuses on the structural support and integrity of the skin. And with our RK Snowflake and the other two ingredients, we're focusing on brightness and radiance of the skin. To use the toner, it'll be a couple of dashes into your palm, pat your palms together, and pat into your skin in upwards or downward sweeping motion. You can also, of course, utilize a cotton swab or cotton swab. That'll be a little difficult, but a cotton pad to apply it to the skin. But the only thing about that is that cotton pad introduces some light exfoliation, and of course, you lose some product to the absorption of that cotton pad. So just keep that in mind. But the next step then for that routine would be the ampule. And so this is slightly more viscous. It's that concentrated form of these key ingredients. And so we've touched on those basic ingredients, but to utilize this product, it'll be a couple of drops either directly to the face or into the hand and massaged in gently. And I know many individuals who are afraid to massage these products in because they don't want to break the liposomes. And I understand where they're coming from with that, but it's also important to encourage the absorption of these products with gentle massaging of the skin. So don't be afraid to mechanically manipulate these products on the surface of your skin. And with the finish of your advanced routine, of course, is the microfluidizer cream, that thickest product, really going to reinforce the skin barrier and going to seal in all of these key products. And I think it's a beautiful way to end a night if you're someone that applies both the signature and advanced routine, or if you're solely applying this product both morning and night, you can easily go on with just a little bit less of this cream so that you don't have as much on your skin, inhibiting the application of, say, makeup afterwards. All right. Last but not least, you got to protect. You did all of that work, all that understanding and all these ingredients and how to use them. You got to protect what you have done. And so the key protection products we focus on are the Too Faced Oil Mist and the Multi-Stick Balm, and of course, our sunscreen. And what's crucial is that both the Too Faced Oil Mist and the Multi-Stick Balm have no UV protection. But this is the instance in which you are reinforcing your skin's innate protection, which is that skin barrier. Both the Too Faced Oil Mist and the Multi-Stick Balm have very similar ingredients, but they also perfectly hydrate and moisturize the skin and maintain those levels. With this product specifically, this is part of the signature routine, but it also can be easily utilized as needed throughout the day to reinforce skin hydration and moisturization. What's crucial is that you must shake this product to use it, because as you can see, there are two phases, which of course is mentioned in the name. The oil phase is comprised of many different beneficial oils, but also camellia seed oil, which again brings in that moisturization and the nutrients from the camellia flower. The water phase, while having a variety of other beneficial ingredients, focuses on sea berry water, which is rich in vitamin C and vitamin E. And this is another ingredient we source ourselves on Jeju Island. Now, to utilize, once you've shooken it, you can apply it directly to your face with a couple sprays, 3 or 4 sprays, and again, you can utilize it throughout the day. So easily toss it into your bag, or if you're someone that follows the advanced ritual where this is not typically listed as a step, you can always include it or use it as needed. And that, of course, goes for the multi-stick balm as well, because this is not listed in any ritual, but is still crucial for the skin. This is perfect for really reinforcing not only the hydration of the skin, but really ensuring that you're filling in the lipid gaps within the skin. So this creates an occlusive layer, which essentially traps water into those lower layers, but also ensures that there's no evaporation of that water. And so, as Katie had mentioned, this is perfect for a variety of different uses, whether you are using it to moisturize or even to beautify, because it gives that subtle luminosity to the skin. You can apply it beneath the eyes, on your lips, or I always apply it to areas that are rather chapped, such as around my nose if it's, a colder season, or even on my knuckles if I've been washing my hands too much. But beyond the key ingredients mentioned previously with the Too Faced Oil Mist, we also now have Byungpo leaf oil in this stick, which really helps for the anti-inflammation and antioxidant care in these various areas. Now, what's also interesting is I've known some people that actually applied this to the entirety of their face, and I would not recommend that just because it does have a high content of various oils and waxes to maintain this occlusivity, and so that could be irritating to the skin. So maintain it to specific target areas to really ensure that it is hydrating without irritating the skin. And last but not least, I know this has been a long call, so thank you for sticking through it. We have that true protection product, which in this case and more recently is our Moisture Layer sunscreen. So protect in the most fundamental way is to protect against UV overexposure. As I had mentioned, UV overexposure creates reactive oxygen species, which wreak havoc in your body. And so we want to ensure that those don't happen. And if they already have happened, then that's when we also have antioxidants to ensure that they don't continue to create damage. But with our Moisture Layer sunscreen, and similarly with our Aqua Protection sunscreen previously, this is a perfect example of the K-Beauty expertise behind sunscreen formulation. In Korea, sunscreens are created as cosmetics, and so they can utilize whatever filter they so desire and instead focus on the aesthetics, the sensory experience, and the finish of that product. In the US and similarly in Canada as well, they are regulated as drugs. And specifically with the US, we have not had a new filter added to the monograph since 1999. So we're really working with a restricted list of filters. we were able to create a sunscreen, as you see here, that has the texture and sensory experience of a Korean sunscreen, but is compliant with FDA monographs. And so with that, we are not only getting SPF of 50 plus, but we're getting non-greasiness and no white cast. And beyond that, you're continuing the nourishment from your skincare routine. We have glycosylrutin, which is a beautiful antioxidant, again, to help should overexposure have already occurred to the skin. We'll again have the 8-layer hyaluronic acid for hydration, which we had in the Calming Balance Gel. We have our Lucient Mela XD, which is a patented complex for skin elasticity and brightness. And we have glycerol glucoside, which is a beautiful humectant that not only attracts water to the skin, but may improve the skin's resilience against environmental pollution. And so again, we are protecting the skin against UV rays, but you're also looking at the different approaches to skin protection in the reinforcement of hydration and of your skin barrier and of antioxidant protection as well, all in one product. And so to apply this, we recommend applying roughly 15 to 30 minutes before sun exposure and reapplying every 2 hours. You can also mix it with the Sheer Glow BB to get some subtle coverage, or it'll go before your Luminous Glow Cushion or your coverage product. What's key to note about this product is, as this is intended for an everyday sunscreen to have a really elegant feel, excuse me, it is not waterproof, because waterproof often means it has to have specific film formers, which can influence how it feels on the skin. So if you are utilizing this and you've sweated during a workout or you're going to the beach, make sure you are reapplying as necessary. But that was it for going back to the basics, for looking at the Remon routines. And again, I acknowledge that this was a lengthy call, and I appreciate you all listening. For many, I know it's almost 10 o'clock your time, or if you're around the world, I can't even imagine what time it is for you. But I think it is crucial to understand what routine looks like for you, both in ascribing to the ones that we've created, the signature, the advanced, and the essential, or in creating your own, and what products are ultimately going to be harmonious with your skin. So thank you. I so appreciate your time and your attention. I hope this helped you in your understanding. And without further ado, I will see you next time. Have a fantastic Wednesday.